Gary, 1-0 at home to Motherwell, but a performance you can be very proud of.
Oh, extremely proud. The boys gave me everything. Unfortunately, it wasn't to be again. Maybe just one wee moment of concentration, lapse of concentration, when we've been so resolute and so dogged, been keeping to the shape that we obviously had to go to after the sending off. Then just that one wee moment of concentration maybe cost us in the end. But I say, for desire, effort, everything I asked for before the game, then I say I can't ask anything more.
You mentioned the sending off there. It's a massive point in the match, and someone pressed on from there. They were dominant. What were your thoughts?
I wouldn't go as far as to say like dominance. I thought Motherwell had a lot of the ball. You see, in terms of the shape that we had to go revert back to after seeing get sent off, then I was delighted because we made it very difficult for them to break through us. You see, they've got players that can go and hurt us. You see, Lionel Ainsworth and Oyama, and if you give them the space, then you see, especially when you go down to 10 men, you see, they'll find areas that they can go and really get at us. So I was delighted with the fact that the boys, they stuck to the task that we asked them to do. I liked, obviously, on the other side of things when we got the ball, maybe I liked it to keep it a wee bit better in terms of the possession when we won it back a couple of times, but over the piece when we got it, then we were not too bad. So we created a few chances as well, and the one that hits the bar again. It's probably the story of our season so far. But you say we just need to move on. We can't control anything that's obviously went there, but see a lot of positives going forward.
There were a couple of controversial decisions. Was the ball over the line, and also the sending off? What were your views on those?
Sending off, at the time, I've not seen it back again. At the time, I think it's a 50-50 coming together. So it's a big call from the referee. If he's got it right, I hold my hands up and say well done. If he's got it's a big decision in the game. It's obviously went against us, and it's something I'll look at, because if he has got it wrong, because we lose now, not just for this game and the outcome, it's certainly 2 games going forward now, because it's violent conduct. It was deemed, so we lose Tomo again for another 2 games. So he's a big player for us. So it's something I'm going to have to look at, whether obviously we go on the appeal or not. In regards to the goal, again, unless we've got goal line technology, which is never going to happen, let's be honest, it costs too much to implicate, and you're always going to claim for them, but you're at the mercy of the referee and linesman, and unfortunately for us, they've not given it, so it's out with my control now. We just need to move on.
Kenny McLean was placed in the striker's position. I thought he was everywhere today. What were your thoughts on him?
Oh, Kenny was outstanding, and for me he's been outstanding since the very first day we come back from pre-season. You see, we asked him to probably step up, take a wee bit more responsibility in terms of his role on the side, even though he is a young boy. He's played a lot of games, and he's a big character for us in the dressing room as well. So for me, he's came to the fore this season. So it's been difficult because of the position we've been in the league. You see, he's probably not got noticed as much as certainly what I've noticed and what the other coaching staff have noticed for him in terms of his performances. But just like a special mention from today in terms of he's up there in an unfamiliar role. It is a role that I've actually flirted in my head, is actually putting him into, and say he's just something different. But I thought he was excellent, I thought he was outstanding, and it's unfortunate that one doesn't go in for him as well.
Lewis McClear and Mallon as well, Steve Mallon, both started today. Again, 2 very distinguished performances. What were your thoughts on the 2 young boys?
Both for him, okay, Stevie's had a couple of games, but again, the position that we're sitting in the league, the performances of the 2 young boys today were sensational. For Lewis McClear to come into that on his debut, I thought he was excellent, and he offers something that I think we've been lacking over the last, we've had 16-17 games now. He offers us that legs, he offers us the energy and the drive, and he'll get at people, and that's what I was looking for him to do. Unfortunately, he couldn't do it as much as I would have liked because of the sending off, and obviously circumstances dictated. But I think the fans, they've probably seen enough to think, well, they probably turned up and thinking McClear, who's McClear? Whereas obviously now, he'll go home with a lot of people's thoughts that the wee boy McClear can play. So I just hope now that he's got that taste for it, and he'll want to go and push on. And for me, he's cemented himself in the first team squad now, so it's up to him how much game time he gets.
And just finally, what would you like to say to the fans?
I spoke last week and I spoke during the week, and the fans, with the backing that we got today, and it nearly rolled us on to obviously getting that equaliser. Being down to 10 men with that backing right to the 94th, 95th minute, it only helps the players. The negative obviously energy that's been over the last few weeks, which is understandable, is obviously the situation we're in and everything else, but for me, in a personal point of view, and the players, I just like to say a massive thank you, and hopefully that can continue, and hopefully we can start giving them more positives, and we can give them something more proud of on the pitch.